Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager save. This is episode number 46, and today we're returning with Season 1 at a new stadium with Bournemouth as we begin our 6th year with the Cherries. Today we'll take a look at what happened in pre-season. The first game of the season against Leeds, although kind of technically the second game of the season because we just played the Europa Conference League first playoff round first leg. This is a horrible introduction, but also a transfer special that will save me after stumbling out of the blocks here. Let's get to that first. Made a bit of a mess of that, didn't I? But I certainly didn't make a mess of the transfer window, that's for sure. Loads of drama. Let me show you what's happened. Big name departures and a couple of big name signings as well. Now, as always, we will start with the departures, and as always, it's split over technically 2 seasons because for some reason the game seems to count late sales or signings as part of a last season, clearly for a new season. But you'll see here. What have I done here? Nothing. You'll see here some big names. We've sold Tav. Yes, Tav has gone. He's gone to West Ham for £30 million. With us since Season 1. It was a bit of a fan's favourite in Season 1, and he became favoured personnel here, but over the past 2 or 3 years, game time got heavily reduced, and now he's finally gone in the final year of his contract, so sold into Hammers for £30 million. I thought that was quite a good sale there, to be totally honest with you. And you'll see a couple other big name sales here as well. Starting with Chris Metham, going to Leicester City. Again, a player that we inherited from Season 1. He had another 2 years left on his deal, but at 29 years old, due to turn 30 during the season, I thought I'd cash in because we were a bit overloaded at centre-half, and I signed a couple new ones as well. So Metham goes to the Foxes. Probably undersold him a little bit there for 14 mil, but we'll still take it. And also, this is a massive, massive sale. Ilya Zabani has gone to Watford. And the interesting thing about this is you might be thinking, oh, it's a good signing for a newly promoted Watford team. Not newly promoted. They're still in the Championship. Yeah, Watford smashed the club record transfer signing for a Championship club. It previously stood at Ruben Neves signing for Wolves all those years ago. What a coup that was. Anyone that watched Neves play in the Championship knew it was too good for that division. So is this guy. I don't know where Watford got 40 million from, but they splashed it on Zabani. What a coup for Watford. But I tell you what, I'll take the money as he was in the final year of his contract. And to be fair, to get 40 million for him, I'm pretty happy with that. He's a great player. But why he's dropped to the second tier, God knows. I don't know why he didn't just wait. Surely bigger clubs would have put bids in. In the end, he said, sod this. They're the first club that want me. I'll go to them. He's off to Vicarage Road, and Watford smashed the Championship record sign for Zabani. If they don't get promoted, well, I don't know what to say. But we've loaned out a load of our youngsters as well. Including Milanovic, John Worst, Velasquez, Vangioni, the Italian striker, Carlos Gomez going to Valencia, Jenkins going to Olympiacos as well. So quite a few loan deals, and again 3 big sales in Metham, Tav, and also Zabani as well. So to be fair, that's about £86 million raised for player sales and loans. And I'll splash the cash once again, spending over £100 million. Only a few signings, but some big money getting spent. Let's dive right into it. So we'll start with a player you already knew was coming in. It's the young Croatian Ante Musula, who we signed from Rijeka last season for £4.5 million. But the thing about him, which is very interesting, is that you'll see the player in just a moment's time that I brought in alongside him at centre-half. He's worried that the new signing, who is a star man, is going to take his place. And I'm like, mate, you didn't even have a place in the team. You're 18 years old and you literally just arrived. It was ludicrous. So now he wants to leave. It's just ridiculous. But even so, we'll talk him round. He's got 5 years on his deal. He's going nowhere. But really good young centre-half and one to watch out for in the future. So next up, another 18-year-old, because it wouldn't be a Bournemouth summer transfer window with a few teenagers signing. Yep, Andreas Zverskov. He's a young Danish striker that came in from Copenhagen already. 5 goals at senior level in 12 games during the Danish Superliga. But he had a release clause at 9.75 mil. I decided to meet it, and he is in on a 5-year deal. I've got to say I'm quite excited about this guy because as a striker, 6'6", with already 16 finishing, 15 technique and 14 off the ball. That is incredibly impressive on such a young striker. He does kind of remind me a little bit of Zlatan. Now, the strength isn't the best, to be fair. The work rate, the teamwork, not great either. As a target man, where I originally sort of thought he would be quite good as. I think those stats there are a little bit concerning, but already, again, 16 finishing. I love the 16 flair and 14 long shots as well. This guy, I don't know what it is, but I'm just getting Zlatan vibes from this guy. But Zverskov is in. He's a big ginger lad, and I must say, he looks really exciting. So, just 3 more signings to show you. Only 5 for the window, but I literally just completed this signing on this morning, on the 8th of August here, heading into this Sunday afternoon kickoff of Leeds. It is Lukas Sucic. Yep, we got another Croatian midfielder to join Martin Baturina, and hopefully he'll be just as good as the guy that I had a bit of a man crush on since he came here, really. But yeah, Sucic comes in from RB Salzburg for £19 million. And this could be a brilliant deal here. He's been really, really solid in Austria, constantly winning the championship there in the Austrian Premier League. And as he moves on here for £19 million, it is a very expensive contract at 97 grand a week, but he's only 24 years old. He's about to enter the prime of his career. Physically, this dude is really, really quick with great stamina as well. He's deceptively strong at 6'1", and can jump as well, which can make him a good target on set pieces. Mentally, really, really solid. 16 decisions, 15 composure, 15 anticipation. I always find quite a crucial underrated stat, with 16 off the ball, 15 vision and work rate as well. And technically, really sublime. 16 dribbling, 14 first touch, 14 long shot, 16 passing, and 15 technique as well. As an inside forward or a playmaker through the middle, really he'd be suited to either role with a left foot. So I'm going to retrain him on that right hand side. He's got the pace to play on the wing. And whilst again through the middle with a decent first touch and a decent passing and a decent vision as well, more than capable. We're stacked through the middle. So to me, I see this guy being the replacement for Luca Romero. He'll have to learn a new position, but with the pace there and the dribbling and the agility as well, no reason he can't do that with a good long shots as an inside forward as well. So I'm going to retrain him there on that right hand side. And yeah, he looks really solid to me. So expensive contract, but a really good transfer fee. And hopefully he ends up being just as good as Martin Baturina. So just the 2 signings to show you, and I'll begin with the oldest signing of the window and also the second most expensive. And I must say I'm really, really happy to get this guy in, because I often talk about dressing room leaders and winners' experience, great character. This guy's got it in abundance. Yep, signing from Liverpool. You might already be able to guess the name. It's a new defender, and welcome to the Eddie Howe Stadium, Joe Gomez. And another signing which I'm really, really pleased with in terms of value for money. Now, you might look at the market valuation there and say, well, that sounds about fair, but to me, I think he's worth more than that. We signed him for 34.5 mil, and Joe Gomez to me has always been a class, absolute class squad player. He fills in when required and does a job, both for club and country, at right back or centre half. In the save, he's been a first team regular at Liverpool. He's been, again, very consistently solid for the most part of the past 2 years. May not have been the best, if you will, but coming in on 100 grand a week, it's a 3-year deal. He's only just turned 30 in May as well. People forget about Joe Gomez. Feels like he's been around forever. We're in season 6 and he's only just turned 30. He's still such a young man in real life, but in the game, now entering his 30s, but he's got such great winners experience. If you look at what he's won, in the save with Liverpool, he's only won the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup and the Premier League as well, to be fair. So I don't know why I just said that. He's won the Premier League, the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup as well. All 3 major English trophies. But we also know he's won the Club World Championship back in 2019 and the Champions League as well. He's won practically everything there is to win in English football and European football as well. And so for 34.5 mil, I love that winners experience. 26 caps at senior level. And again, as a right back or a centre back, he can do the job in either position. He's 6'2". Physically, everyone knows Joe Gomez is sublime. He's strong. He can jump. He's really, really fit. Very agile. Good balance. He's quick as well. Mentally solid all across the board. And technically as well. A good passer of the ball, which is important for us playing out from the back, and a really good tackler, strong tackler as well. So yeah, Joe Gomez in at 30 years old. He's just a replacement for Chris Metham, really, that kind of big game character in the dressing room with winners experience as well. I'm really happy with that. An upgrade from Metham and a really good signing. So, final signing for Bournemouth, and I made it the day after the summer transfer window opened, and for £1 million less than our club record signing Christian Mosquera, I'm hoping he'll have just as big of an impact in this team as the former Valencia man did. I said we needed a new striker. I've got one. Whether he plays there, though, is another matter. Whether he lives up to the hype, that's another matter in itself. But welcome to the Vitality now, the Eddie Howe Stadium. Garang Kual, and if you play FM this year, you'll know all about him. Yep, he is the young Australian wonder kid that was picked up by Newcastle United in the game, moved clubs twice, and has now moved on for a third time as well. So for £53 million, we've picked him up, and he's into his fourth team, in 4 years. Yep, beginning in Australia, of course, then moved to Newcastle for a very small fee. He had a loan spell at Hearts, then came back to Newcastle. He played quite a lot, to be fair, in the 2 years following coming back to Newcastle United, but wasn't what you call a first 11 regular. But his goal to game ratio was actually pretty solid considering most games came off the bench. He then moved to Juve. He struggled to adapt to life into Turin, so they cashed in on him and just got whatever they could. £20 million less than they paid for him. But at Fulham last year, he scored 6 goals in 28 and got a couple of assists as well. He wasn't that great, but don't forget, Fulham last year were relegated and had a really, really tough season. So I decided to take the gamble on bringing him in for £53 million. That was his release clause, and I decided to snap him up as there was interest from other big clubs elsewhere. It is a big gamble, there's no doubt about it. Whether he lives up to the hype, that's a big, big question. But he's only 22 years old. He'll turn 23 next month. And we know that this guy is one of the quickest players in the game. So you can see with Garang here, absolutely rapid. 19 acceleration, 17 pace, and 18 agility as well. Great fitness on the guy as well. Mentally, really solid all across the board. I wish the concentration was better, but even so, very good composure. Underrated stat on the striker, of course, and 14 off the ball with 16 flair too. And technically, 16 dribbling. He's a great dribbler of the ball with 15 finishing and also 13 technique as well. To me, I'm actually training him on that left-hand side right now because with the really good dribbling and agility and pace as well, inside forward, he'd work really well there despite the low, long shots. I think he'd do really well as an inside forward, the pace as well, but I think to begin with, I'll probably start him up top. If he doesn't start off strong and score a lot of goals, I'll maybe move him onto the left-hand side, see if we have more joy there. But it's a big gamble, £53 million on 115 grand a week, 5-year contract as well. But he can become one of the best wingers or strikers, depending on where you play him, in world football as the years go by. So, if he kicks on and develops, again, he's only 22 years old, we could have one of the best front forward players, best forwards in Football Manager. No doubt about that. I'm very excited for Garang Kual. So that is it for the transfer window. In the end, as you'll see, again, it's split over 2 seasons. So in terms of transfers out and the money we raised through sales, we actually raised about £86 million in the end, with Tavernier's £30 million included here. So it's about £86 million in sales. And in terms of signings, well, again, quite expensive, no doubt about that. In the end, you'd probably say we spent 53, that's 57.5, 100. I think it's about £120.5 million for the 5 new signings, but you got to say, real class there. Dressing room leader, experience, good young talent, and first team quality in the face of Luca and Garang as well. So yeah, really expensive transfers, but I'm happy with that window, especially considering we raised almost 90 mil for player sales too. And that's why, as you take a look at the financial situation right now, the transfer budget has dropped down to £20 million, but the financial situation is still really healthy. We're just shy of £80 million in the bank balance altogether. Our wage bill has had a bit of a spike. It's about 100 grand a week more than the highest we'd ever had it at last season, but we have got a new stadium now, so we'll get a little bit more money through that, and we just got to start splashing some more cash, man. We got to start. We got to do it now. We've got to do it in order to get some bigger names in, some better players in, and to hopefully finally get us in to the Champions League at some point. I wouldn't say that's my aim this season, but with the money we spend, anything less than the Europa League will be a failure. So our squad now currently looks like this. I would definitely say it's improved from last year, no doubt about it. We just signed some good replacements, you know. Obviously, you know, Luca coming in to replace Tav. Garang coming in to give Sargent a run for his money up top as well. Gomez coming in to replace Metham. It was all about just making sure we replaced our players from last year with better players for this year. And I'd definitely say we've done so. And because we're still such a young team as well, we're only going to be getting better. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with how the window's gone thus far. And again, there's still a little bit of money remaining. We could possibly still make 1 or 2 more signs as well. But at the moment, there are a couple of interesting issues here that I will need to show you before we move on. 3 players are unhappy, but only 2 players have the issues down here. Missoula, like I said, wants to leave because Joe Gomez came in, and Doucouré wants to join Liverpool. This is a really interesting one. I said to Czech, if you want to stay, I'll give you the money you're asking for. But then he asked for like over 100 grand a week in the player contract thing. I tried to give him to it, and the agent ended up saying no. So for Doucouré, he's got 3 years still left on his deal. I'm not going to sell him though unless someone meets that minimum free release clause. I've got him down for another 3 years, so unless someone meets that minimum free release clause, he's going nowhere. Hopefully, I'll be able to renegotiate, but the chances are he's going to be sold abroad. So if someone goes in for £32 million, nothing I can do about it. It was sensational last year, but you know, it's up to Czech now. It's up to Czech. If he wants to re-sign, I'll try and talk him around at some point during the season. Otherwise, if someone comes in with £32 million, I can't do anything about it. But that's the hierarchy. Nothing's changed in terms of the armband. Scott's still the captain. Scott's still the vice. Traore now is a team leader. And in the social groups, I say this a lot, at the start of the season, it's never all in the core. But at the moment, we're just waiting for the 3 new signs to gel. Once they do, everyone's in the main WhatsApp group. So, in terms of what happened in pre-season, I'll show you that really quickly here. It was alright. It was pretty mixed. We went away to China for a few games. Then we came back, lost in the Vitality Cup. Oh, it's not. Oh, I need to rename it now. It's not the Vitality Cup anymore. It's the Eddie Howe Cup, if you will. But even so, then we got the testosterone flowing, of course. And we also won the first leg of our Europa Conference League. That's just too many words. The qualifier, basically. We won the first leg at home to AIK, so yeah, we're 1 leg away from making it through to the 4th qualifying round, and then we'll go through to the league phase, if you will. If we make it through AIK, which again we should do now, we're freeing it up, we'll take on either PAOK or Kasim Paza of Turkey as well. So, I think that's pretty much it. You might be interested to see who won the AFCON, who won the African Cup of Nations. Does that not work? Okay. Well, the African Cup of Nations, regardless, was won by Ghana, beating Nigeria in the final. In the semis, though, Ivory Coast with Hamid Traore got to the semis and then got knocked out. Poor Hamid Traore. I really wanted to see him win it with the Ivory Coast. Sadly, not Ghana. Retain it after winning it 2 years ago. I think that's pretty much it. I guess competition overview right now, all you need to see right now is that the cup objectives has been reset back to be competitive, so I love that. We took a slight step back last year after being trophyless, after the past year winning 2 trophies, but it's just now down to be competitive. I love to see that. Europa Conference League reached the quarter-final, but we'll be trying to win it, of course, like we won it 2 years ago, and the Premier League is now top half. So, yeah, Premier League hasn't improved in terms of ambition, but to me, I would definitely say now, with all the money we spend, I love that the board is saying top half. Ordinarily, I'd agree, but now I think we need to finish here. I think from here on out, we've finished in the top 7 the past 2 years. We've got to make sure we never drop out ever again. From now on, we've got to be, at the very, very least, a top 7 team. Anything below a European place, in my opinion, will be seen as a failure. And for the season preview in the Premier League, where the media think we'll finish, it's 8th place. So we are the best of the rest right now, and there's no doubt about it. Newcastle are now sort of become part of the top 6, if you will. So it's now extended to a top 7, but we're now the best of the rest. 8th place is the bare minimum we should be finishing, but I, personally, think we should be targeting top 7 from here on out. Look at this nonsense, by the way, man. We're now at the Eddie Howe Stadium. It has been built. We're really excited to dive in with our first ever Premier League game here. After playing our first competitive game against AIK. And the Bournemouth fans apparently love the new chairman for that. And it's like, mate, what about me? How has this geezer become part of the favoured personnel and I'm not on there yet? You hadn't won a single major honour until I took over. You'd never played European football until I took over. How am I not on there? How is Alex Scott not on there? How is Traore? Oh, I could be here all day. Unbelievable. Anyway, diving into the first game, I just want to show you this real briefly because I know you're going to want to know what's going on here. I'm not sure about this, basically. Now, I wasn't going to sign him if we signed Sucic, and that's exactly what's happened. If I couldn't sign Luka, then I'd bring Neymar in. But I had Neymar on trial, and in the end, I agreed to deal for Luka again, literally 7 minutes before Neymar agreed to sign. But I don't know. Neymar physically is done. He's finished. He's 35 years old. He'll turn 36 during the season. He's still been getting quite a lot of game time at PSG despite his advancing years, but I don't know. He's a winner. He won the Champions League last year finally with PSG. He's won the Ligue 1 every single season, the French Cup every single season for the most part. But physically he's done. Technically he's obviously still phenomenal. mentally still okay, obviously, but physically he's done. So I don't know about that one. He's 35 years old. Yeah, it'll be great to have him in, dressing room leader, I guess, but I don't think we need him now. If Luka didn't come in, I probably would have pulled the trigger, but now, I don't know. I'll think about it. He's still got the class, but I don't know. Anyway, let's dive into the first game of today's episode, and the only one is indeed Leeds at home, our first ever Premier League game at the Eddie Howe Stadium. And heading into the game, we couldn't even set it out. It's embarrassing. But this will be our team right now on the injury report. No one is down. Urusei, slightly unfit after pre-season, but everyone else is totally fine. It won't last long. So we'll start off with our 4-3-3 Gegenpress. This is our primary tactical system and how it is currently set up. And this will be our team. So George in goal. The back four is Mitchell, Mosquera, Aarons, and Stoic, who is back from his 2 years out on loan, has developed a driven personality and now 18 determination. He's ready. He is ready. 2 years out on loan and the boy has become a man. He's ready to be a starter in this team. Can't wait. Doucouré, McTominay and Scott are through the middle. Traoré on the left. Sucic makes his debut after signing this morning. And Garang will make his Premier League debut for us up top as an advanced forward. I've only ever really used a target forward or a pressing forward in a one-man up top leading the line player. But with Garang, this is his best role. Let's see if a change in a role up top pays off. On the bench, Ward, Garza, Gomez, Smallcombe, Rusevic, Blanco, Radulovic, Baturina, and Sargent drawn to the bench as well. First and only game, Leeds Premier League opener at the Eddie Howe Stadium. And by the way, it looks just like the Vitality. Come on, you cherries. Yeah, it literally looks just like the Vitality. In fact, what I'll do is, can I? No, I can't. I can't do it. So can I maybe change it here? Real quick. I know it's too late, but it looks. We still got the fucking stupid vendors there. Like, this is ridiculous. It looks just like the Vitality. Sucic, what a start for Luka. Lucas Sucic literally signed this morning, and a minute and a half into his Premier League debut, he's proved he's worth the money. Well, I signed him, and I think that kind of puts my doubt at ease. I don't think Neymar's coming in. Yep, Zach Steffen fists away the corner. Mosquera and Scott keep it alive. McTominay offloads to Sucic. And the Croatian fires in front early. 1-0. The stadium looks exactly like the Vitality, honestly. In the game, I should say. The only difference in real life is that it's two-tiered. But we still haven't got the corners filled in. It's like, seriously, it's a 23,000 seater stadium. Oh, just over. Why not fill the corners in? Well, I guess maybe they're thinking about expanding in the future. I rate that, I suppose, but even so, it's crazy how in the game, that just shows the limitations of the 3D match engine so far with Football Manager, you know. Not that, Sucic is having a baller out there. 11 minutes in, he's just won a penalty, I think. What a start from our new number 7. Sold Tav for 30, bought in Luka for 19, Doxy Boy pulling off brilliant deals, and it's not a penalty. Free kick on the edge of the area. I thought that looked into me. But penalty for the Cherries and a chance for us to go 2-0 up 11 minutes in to a very lively start here at the Eddie Howe Stadium. Hamid Traoré to float one into the back post. It's headed away and Leeds will clear. So far so good for the Cherries. 34 minutes in, but I'd love a second goal here. I'm not sure about Garang as an advanced forward, you know. It's not how we play, you know. We like pressing forwards or target men. Someone to either hold the ball up or put the pressure on, but even so, Mitrovic finds Castagne and leaves him for a leveller here. Oh, just wide the post. Second time, had a good chance there from just outside the area. Fired it off target. Still 1-0. Still 1-0, but I do expect Leeds to find a goal, so we'll need to get another one if we're to win this one. Half time? No, we're 45 minutes away from a Premier League opening day victory at the Eddie Howe Stadium. So I'm going to make one change at the break, and it is just changing Garang's role to a pressing forward, just to put pressure on the back line. He's so quick, so nipping at the toes that Leeds back line. That's what I love pressing forwards to do. Just put the pressure on, nip at their toes. And if you've got a quick and agile player, even better. They can really run at them and cause a bit of problem for them. Anyway, Stoke's going to go for goal. He hits the bar. And it's claimed by Zach Steffen. I'm excited about our number 5, man. He feels like a new signing. Back from his 2 loan spells. He looks so solid. 10 minutes to go. Can we hold on to the victory? Leeds looking for their leveller. I felt we'd need a second goal. And as Miodrag cuts that one out here, the question is, can we stay composed here? Alex Scott to Doucouré. And Stoic to McTominay. And Scott to Sargent off the bench. To Tyrick Mitchell. Good football here from the Cherries. As we aim to wrap this up, it's Mitchell, it's Sucic, it's Doucouré, it's Alex Scott, and Max Aaron's great ball out wide. It's Garang off the post. Second time we've hit the woodwork today. Well, I did think we would need another goal. In the end, it looks as though we are going to hold on with a 1-0 scoreline. So it's a debut clean sheet for Miodrag in the back line. And a debut goal for Sucic as well. 20 seconds to hold on. And Leeds have won it, but oh no. Oh no. Blanco dives in now, wins it back, and now Radolovic, and a chance to wrap it up. It's Garang using that pace. Ah, is that it? That was... I thought that was going to be a spectacular end to the game. In the end, I think that's it. And yep, there it is. Full time. And we hold on for a 1-0 scoreline. And Sucic pops up with a game winner inside the first 2 minutes as we get the 3 points. These games this season will have to be bankers, no doubt about it. If we're to have any chance whatsoever of finishing in a Champions League place, where last season, don't forget, we were very close. We got to make sure we definitely win our games at the Etihad Stadium this year and make it a fortress. 1-0 the final score and a perfect start for the Cherries this season. But that will end today's episode of the Football Manager Save, guys. So big thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, if you had, then please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. I'll return with games against, I think, maybe Leicester at home as Meffa makes his return and Norwich away. Because I still think we might do some moves on deadline day. Or maybe, if we make it through to the Europa Conference League phase, which really we should be able to do, maybe the first game and then Norwich away as well. Because I think it'll come around here. I'm not too sure. We'll figure it out. But have a great day, guys. Much love. And I will see you for the next episode of the Football Manager Save very soon.